UFC 308 is this weekend, and the feature fight of that card is Magomed Ankalaev against Aleksandar Rakic. And this is a big fight because this could be a #1 contenders fight at 205 pounds. So stick around to hear my thoughts and official prediction for Magomed Ankalaev versus Aleksandar Rakic this weekend at UFC 308. I'm Wyatt, and this is Fight Society. All right, guys, so UFC 308 main card fight this weekend, Ankalaev versus Rakic. Big fight at 205 pounds. It could potentially decide Alex Pereira's next opponent. Now, I think Alex Pereira is going to fight Tom Aspinall in his next fight. I just have a hunch. But this very well could be his next opponent is the winner of this fight right here. Now, first off, we have Magomed Ankalaev, who his only loss in his career is a last-second submission to Paul Craig, who is now at 85 and now sucks, fighting Bo Nickel in November. And Aleksandar Rakic is most recently coming off of a UFC 300 loss to Yuri Prochazka, where he almost had Yuri Prochazka out of there in the first round, and then he ended up losing in the second. Crazy fight, absolute car crash. That's the type of fight that we need somebody to bring to Magomed Ankalaev. I'm tired of how Ankalaev stands there for a round or two, gets beat up, and then will have grappling exchanges or find his way to point a win. Now, the Johnny Walker fight is an exception, but Johnny Walker sucks and has no chin. When you talk about Aleksandar Rakic, this guy's huge for the weight class, like huge for a 205er, and like almost Alex Pereira's size, I think. And he's tough, and he hits hard. Way different fight than Johnny Walker. Way more technical, way more defensive, hits harder, less dumb than Johnny Walker, all that type of stuff. This fight will actually prove to me if Ankalaev is even ready for a title shot, because to be honest, Ankalaev has a fairly fraudulent win streak. He does not have great wins. I know 205 is not the most stacked division, but he doesn't have very good wins, whereas Rakic is coming off a fairly impressive loss. I know it was a loss and a KO loss, but it was still against Yuri, and he almost beat Yuri. There's many people out there that say Ankalaev deserves a title shot, that he deserves this, he deserves that. To me, he's still relatively unproven. I know he's beaten some good guys, but he had a draw with Jan Blachowicz. He thought he won. I thought he arguably could have lost. He should have gotten DQ'd against Johnny Walker, but because they were in Abu Dhabi, he got the favorable treatment. And that's why he wanted to fight Alex Pereira for the belt on this card. Like, I've eased off of my Dagestani hate, but the privilege that they have and the privilege that they've come to expect is crazy, all right? Telling Alex Pereira that he's going to come, Pereira, you come to my backyard where it's a sketchy commission, the refs can get a little wonky, fight me for the belt here. The food's different. It's a 17-hour travel. It's going to make your weight cut harder, all of that. Put all these things in my favor, and you're a wuss if you don't come out here. So, and the UFC saw that and said, "No, fuck that. Fight Aleksandar Rakic. We have a main event with Khalil Roundtree to book. That's what we think about you, Ankalaev." That's what the UFC thinks. They literally said, "That's what we think about you, Ankalaev. Khalil Roundtree gets a title shot. Fuck you." Anybody that thinks Ankalaev deserves a title shot, this fight is enough to tell you that even the UFC doesn't think he deserves a title shot. They give it to Khalil Roundtree instead. Now, part of that is a scheduling thing where Ankalaev must have insisted to fight in Abu Dhabi. And they said, fine, it's not going to be for a belt. It's going to be against Rakic. They said, fine. Ankalaev and his team said, fine, let's do that. And that's what prompted the UFC to book Roundtree. But don't get me wrong. Ankalaev's got to prove that he's ready for this title shot, boy. So I think that in this fight, I think Rakic is actually going to win. I think Rakic is going to put heavy shots on Ankalaev in round 1. He's going to be hurt for round 2, and I think Ankalaev is going to fade. Now, don't get me wrong. Ankalaev is really good. He has knockout power. He can grapple. This could be a very dominant decision for Ankalaev. Maybe my Dagestani hatred is pushing me towards a Rakic prediction here, but that's my official prediction. I think Rakic is going to win. I'm going to say by decision. No. I'm going to say that Rakic gets a round 2 TKO. He's going to chew up Ankalaev with those leg kicks. Ankalaev wasn't checking leg kicks against Jan Blachowicz. Rakic is going to implement that into his game plan. He's going to beat him up badly, beat his legs up badly, slow him down, make him stationary, and let off some big combos up against the fence and get a finish, maybe standing TKO. So that's my official prediction for UFC 308 is Aleksandar Rakic beats Ankalaev. We're done hearing about Ankalaev title shots. Fine. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. It really helps me out a lot. If you're interested in supporting the channel further, then become a channel member today for access to members only live streams, vlogs, and some other members perks. So click the link in the description down below or the join button on our channel homepage to become a member today. If you're interested in some non-MMA content from me, go check out my personal channel, Wyatt's World, and go check out my weekly comedy podcast, What's Up Bro, with Wyatt and Bo. Both of those are linked in the description down below. Go watch this suggested video, and we'll see you next time.